US-based Nigerian doctor commits suicide. A Nigerian-American cardiologist, Dr. Ikenna Erinne, 36, died by suicide on January 26th following a protracted divorce battle and a US court ruling mandating he pays $15,000 monthly in child support to his ex-wife. Born in Anambra State, Erinne, a father of two, reportedly lost his medical license amid the legal disputes, which also drained his finances through costly litigation. Friends claim the court's decision exacerbated his mental health struggle, claiming and culminating in his tragic death. Nigerian-American advocate Clayton Udo condemned the case on social media, calling it emblematic of systemic biases against African men in U.S. courts. This reflects a pattern of psychological and financial abuse, he wrote, urging reform. Erinne, described as a compassionate healer by loved ones, is survived by his children, parents, and siblings. A memorial service will be held February 3, 2025 in Maryland. This incident reignites conversations about mental health, legal equity, and in hidden toll of high-stakes custody battle on immigrant communities. Now, I know that we had a little banter before the show began, but what are your thoughts on this story?
Well, you know, most Nigerian women that travel to outside or to the West to live with Nigerian men.
Right.
You see, most times they don't really, the story doesn't really turn out well. You ask yourself why, what is happening, what is the reason, what is causing all these things? I'm trying to understand it from this angle. Maybe our women are taking the legal system for granted.
How do you mean taking the legal system?
They are exploiting the legal system in the West against their men.
Okay.
Now,
give us context.
Now, if you have a husband that's doing well in the West, when you get there, just for you to continue working with him, continue building with him, no matter what happens, many women are staying in their marriages here. It's not everything that happens. You begin to take your husband to court. I begin to call police for you.
Okay, very well.
Now, I watched a video last year where a Nigerian woman was calling on her fellow Nigerian women in UK to stop calling police on their husbands. That any small issue that happened, they would just call the police.
Now, while I understand the angle with which you're coming, I want to find out what is wrong in calling the police if you feel you're endangered.
You are in danger. Okay, unless
what is wrong? Why do you think before someone picks up the phone to call the police?
Yes.
Don't you think there will be some form of danger during for them to have picked up the phone to call the police?
Yes, it's possible.
So do you think calling the police sometimes is a viable reason where they are trying to battle their safety?
In this case, you don't need to blame the woman alone.
Okay.
You blame the man as well. What led to your wife calling police on you or taking you to court? You need to ask yourself that question and try to remedy the situation, because marriage is not something that you just jump in and jump out. Immediately you enter marriage and jump out, it's seriously going to affect you.
Right.
Now this woman now, even though she's alive, they told she may even might even affect her psychologically. That's the guilt of what happened. May affect her because the man is dead and the children now may not forgive her. So you need to.
But the man killed himself.
The man killed himself. But what led to the man killing himself?
Do you think paying $50,000 in child custody is enough for somebody to take their lives?
It's not. I don't think it was the child care, the child support or the cost of running the child support that killed the man. The man had lost his license
to practice.
How would he get this money to take care of his children?
Tell me your thoughts about mental health men's mental health. You know, everybody expects men to be the shoulder, men to be strong, men to not show emotions. I mean, I've heard people say, you know, you a be man, are you supposed to cry? You know, now, what are your thoughts as regards the way society views men's mental health?
It's the society that made it like that. But frankly speaking, women are stronger than men mentally. A woman can withstand emotional pressure more than a man. But the society wants a man to, you know, to show up, to show strength in terms of difficulty. It's part of what is killing men. We don't want men to come and complain, to come and start crying outside when he's facing something bad at home. As
a man, how does that feel to you? Do you think it's better for men to open up a lot more?
Yes, a man should be able to talk. If you are having any issue, you need to talk. You need to tell your friends. You need to tell your relatives. You need to come out the way women come out and talk in the open. You need to come out and talk. You can see that some marriages that are breaking down, women are coming out to talk. That the men we are abusing them. But if you take a look at what is happening, it was the women that were abusing the men.
Or sometimes
because men don't talk. Men can talk, but men don't usually talk as far as man and woman relationship is involved. Because we believe that when we talk, the society is going to blame us for not, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Are you getting it?
Right.
But you need to protect yourself. If you know that the person you married is a bad person or is changing to a bad person, you need to start complaining on time. I'm talking to both men and women. You need to start complaining on time. In the old, years back, if anything happened in marriages, they need to call family. They always called the family. But now people go to counselors
and discuss it. I want to get your thoughts on one last thing before we end the show. You know that Mr. Udo said that the legal system abroad favors African women and they use it against African men. Now, I just want to get your thoughts on this. Do you think that when women go abroad, they realize that
Nigerian women go abroad.
When women go abroad, they realize that
just localize it.
The system, we can't localize it. All women travel abroad. Different women from different countries. You have lots of Ghanaians abroad. You have lots of, many African women, right? And the patriarchal structures in this African sects, women have usually always been subjugated. Now, when they go abroad and see their Western counterparts and how they run their marriages and run their lives, you think it becomes a source of an eye-opener for them and they look for ways, to become as free and liberal?
If you sample opinions, you see that it is only African women, Nigerian women that are fond of doing this thing. They are fond of getting at their husbands outside. Now, no matter what happens in your society, I believe, and now I have one feminist said that the way society is structured to protect the woman. No matter how you take a look at it. If
you mean in Africa?
Now, yes, even in an African setting.
In this same Africa, that when a man dies, his family collects all of the properties and the yields from the marriage, and oftentimes
this is not society. This is family. There is no community that has made it a law that when they are brought.
How many times do people stand up for these women when this happens in the society and in the community?
Now, what happens is that when things like this happen, you need to the community need to stand up for the woman. I know a particular community in Himembano, Imo State, where a man died. He married from Ogoni. I believe that Ogoni people can hear me now. He married from Ogoni, and when the man died, the family from Ogoni, they came to pick the woman. They said no. The family came out and said no. That they married a woman that even though the man had died, that the woman
supported
had children. This is her home.
Thank you very much.
And everything that the man made
belongs to the woman.
Belongs to the
I wish that can be replicated in other communities and societies. Well.